There is so much going on in terms of Cardano, the end of a bear market, the pivot to a new bull cycle, potentially, explosion in DeFi, meme coins, all these altcoins exploding onto Cardano. And I don't know what is happening right now, but I have, I think, a really relevant guest to discuss. Hosky. What is up, Hosky?
Hi, everybody. Not a lot, and a lot at the same time. I'm Hosky. I am the premier low-quality doggo meme token on Cardano, here to talk about what's going on Cardano.
That is right. And before I press record, we were just chatting. I don't even know how to open this video. It's a long time coming having Hosky on the channel. That's for sure, especially if you know the history of just Cardano in general over the last few years. But really excited to have Hosky here because put aside the meme coin for a second. Hosky, I think one thing that I've noticed in terms of especially Cardano content is the education that you do bring. And it's clear that you strive to bring that education to the community. So when we're discussing all of these things relating to Cardano ecosystem, I really think it's relevant that you're here kind of helping guide in terms of Cardano and the path that it's on right now. So thanks for being here.
No, sure thing. Thanks for having me. I mean, yeah, the ecosystem has drastically changed since our inception, which was November of 2021. If we look at where we were at then and where we are at now, it's actually a totally different landscape, different people, different projects, different market conditions. But the one thing that never changes is properly educating people so they can make the best decision, they can make their decision on their own without any, outside interaction, hopefully. Or yeah.
100%. Yeah. And I want to share my screen to kind of set context to, I think, what we're going to talk about. I tweeted this a few days ago. I said, I waited years for this, which many of you know in terms of Cardano tracking charts. I'm very much tracking kind of my crypto journey from an investment standpoint, right? Amongst other things. But I said, there's so much opportunity with Cardano altcoins right now. While I will continue to refrain mentioning any specific coins on my platform, I would love to hear from all of you. What are some of your favorite Cardano altcoins? And then we have just articles starting to pop up, how native tokens enhance the Cardano ecosystem. And it's a good article discussing, helpful things in relation to these tokens. But I want to kind of just step back from all that just for a couple minutes, especially as it relates to this conversation, and discuss with Hosky. Put aside the benefits for a second, and we'll get to that. I want to really talk about, what do you think it's meme coin culture, altcoin culture, all of these new projects coming on to Cardano. I really want to try and get some insight into the risks and things that people really should pay attention to in terms of these things, maybe some negatives. And I think you could provide some really good context to that.
Right. So, when it comes to crypto, the content that usually people want to see and want to hear is, everything's green, everything's great, yachts, Lambos, moons, all this stuff. But oftentimes you don't hear a lot about the opposite, which is all the risks, all the people that lost money, all the people that got scammed. There's a lot of darker things that can be part of the crypto experience. And the Cardano ecosystem, like you said, is booming, which is great for all of us who have been here for many years. Some of us since the inception of Cardano. It's good to see, but with adoption also comes a lot of risks, a lot of unsavory individuals or companies start making their way and can take advantage of people who aren't properly educated. So yeah, like you said, there's definitely a lot of good things that can come from the growth of the ecosystem, and in one specific area being meme coins, it can be a good thing. It can also be a bad thing if people are not properly informed of the risks, the speculation associated with it, and the possible losses that can happen.
100%. And as you're saying that, I had tap tools on the screen. I think, in terms of tap tools, and by the way, I just want to say, as we cover these topics, this isn't to say anything bad, and we're going to get to benefits as well to all of these things that are happening. This isn't to say anything bad or negative about any specific project at all. We're just trying to really kind of provide some guidance in terms of like the risks that are involved here. And it's not even just what's happening on Cardano. The entire cryptocurrency space is an insane risk, right? Bitcoin is risky. It could all go to zero. And I think that's something I try to just hone in on in every video that I do is just there's so much risk no matter what it is. And there's so much excitement though with Cardano. I think it's good to just highlight that risk. And so I'm on Tap Tools and wanted just to see your like specific opinion, about because I've been just messing around here. The Tap Tools data and just the platform is really cool. Trending, top gainers. Somebody like me that loves data, you get wrapped up in this, right? Recently added, which I think could really start. It gets in risky waters. People see green
Yes.
and they don't have the right context to that green, and they jump into zero liquidity and they just get rugged over and over. What are your thoughts with all of that?
Yeah, I mean, data is beautiful, and it's a tool that can be used to make informed decisions. One thing that, like you said, that recently added tab can be dangerous because I think a lot of people are not aware of what really or how tokenomics and how volume, how liquidity works on a lot of these tokens. It's really easy to take something that has no volume and have it go, I don't know, 100x with, I don't know, a few thousand ADA as an example. And I think the biggest recommendation I would give people is use tools like Tap Tools and see how the price changes, how everything is affected based on the transactions that are happening. One thing that people bring up is value of a token, and they're like, well, X project is worth X amount of millions of ADA or dollars, when in reality, if you really use the tools that you have and you look at, say, the actual liquidity that is locked, meaning how much ADA or dollars are actually matched one-to-one with your token, it paints a different picture. I will use Hosky as an example because that's the only thing I will talk about, and I also will negatively talk about it. So, Hosky fully diluted market cap should be zero because it's worthless. However, people like to trade it, and it has a market cap of, I don't know, 50 million ADA as an example. So people are like, wow, your project is worth 50 million ADA. In reality, no, it's not. Why is that? Because of liquidity. I believe that at the moment, I checked either yesterday or the day before that, and there was approximately 1 or 1.1 million ADA that was actually locked or matched one-to-one with Hosky. So technically speaking, that's really the full amount of value that's locked into a project, Hosky in this case. And again, with a full disclaimer, we created the token, took us 30 seconds, it's worthless. You should earn it by staking your ADA, which secures Cardano. But if you choose to buy it, well, you already know you're an idiot. Don't worry, idiot's an endearing term in our community, so don't get offended. So I say all that to say is you have to learn, you have to deep dive into what truly or how truly crypto and DeFi works. If you don't do that, you're really risking falling for something that may end up rugging you, or you may end up rugging yourself.
Great points. And I can't highlight that enough. I genuinely think there's a lot of new people out there this is going to be their first cycle. And this is such important information going into something like that. Because if you think there's hype right now in terms of just new coins being added, and it's just not just to Cardano either. It's, Bitcoin now has BRC20 tokens, right? It's everywhere. There's going to be so much hype in regards to these things. Having the necessary information, I think, is really important, and it'll really help people out there set their risk tolerance and what they're willing to do and stuff. So, one thing I wanted to kind of discuss is if we look at my screen and we look at ADA, I'll go to a weekly chart. One thing, and I'm going to we're going to actually get a price prediction from Hosky, by the way, in a couple minutes. But one thing I wanted to ask was, because if you've been watching my videos, you know, I've been tracking charts, obviously. And in that, I try to put the story of the technology of Cardano into the charts, right? We're tracking the story of the technicals as well. So for example, staking back here, 2020, right? Multi-asset ledger coming into play in March 2021. Then we have smart contracts. Like, you see that story playing out through basically the last bull market, and then going into the bear market, even the Vassal hard fork somewhere around here. It's just the coolest thing to track the fundamentals of Cardano, the growth of this as we just survived a bear market and going into this next bull market. It's just such a solid blockchain. It's just, I think, the most poised to perform, not just from a price perspective, but from just a protocol perspective, a decentralization perspective, a scalability perspective. I mean, we talk about solving the trilemma. I think everything we just talked about in terms of the technicals coming online is what adds that. So that's what gets me excited, right? It's being able to track my crypto journey on the charts, obviously, right? But it's also the story of Cardano that's coming to fruition. Hosky, I wanted to ask you, what gets you most excited about Cardano right now? And is it different than what excited you 2 years ago?
So I think that this is going to be a little bit different. What excites me about Cardano now is having been here 2017, because, oh, and 2021, which was, you know, the peak of our last bull cycle. Seeing Cardano with what we have now in the ecosystem compared to what we had then, which was literally nothing for the most part. I think, you know, the last bull market, it was, you know, at the time it was NFT mania that was happening. Cardano saw $3, and what we had then to what we have now is literally nothing in comparison. So seeing the ecosystem grow, from exchanges to DeFi platforms, lending protocols, stable coins, and meme coins, everything that we have now is actually quite encouraging. Because if a few years back, when we had nothing, Cardano did so great, look at what we have now and what can possibly happen once people realize and see that, hey, this is a very lively ecosystem. So to me, the past excites me for the future. And being able to see all of the growth happening is definitely what makes me you're going to hear this word bullish on Cardano.
I don't think I'm not sure I actually even heard you utter the words like on Twitter or anything.
No, that's that we keep expectations proper, and bullish is not really part of the vocabulary.
Yeah.
So you heard it. This might be a first.
This really is. This is big news. So make sure you hit that like button right now if you're bullish like Hosky. I can't believe you just said you're bullish. I love that you said that.
I'm
I
bullish
wasn't
on
expecting that.
Cardano.
You're bullish on
Bullish on
Cardano, the
Cardano.
ecosystem, the
Correct.
fundamentals. Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but I did say
But
we're gonna get some type of little price prediction from you, right? It's just like, and we can even underline this, highlight it, just put an asterisk on it. This
I
is
will give you. Okay.
yeah. You
This
go
is a
ahead.
disclaimer.
You go ahead.
If you are watching this video, you see this, right? I'm not John Cena, so you can see it. And you decide that whatever I say is financial advice. Again, anonymous pixelated person under a dog suit. You should really go see a doctor, psychologist, psychiatrist, something, because again, this is literally just my guesses on what could be a possible price for ADA. So don't get your financial advice from myself. Don't get your financial advice from Dan, and he knows way more than I do. You
No, I
should
know
always
nothing. I
do
know nothing, just
YOR,
like you.
which is, yeah, do your own research. Again, these are tools that you can use, like tap tools, to formulate your own decision. So I guess I'm put on the spot, and you want price for ADA.
Yeah, like what do you think's realistic if we enter a bull cycle for ADA?
So for ADA, I mean, we saw $3 before, so let's start there. I would say personally, $3 to $5 Cardano seems very, very plausible in the next bull run, because of what we have in the ecosystem now, I could totally see like the 5 to 9 range being possible. It's less likely. Again, proper expectations. And then if we want to go moon boy rockets to the moon, I could totally see like a 9 to 12 range happening. But again, these are all speculations. None of us know because the market will do what the market decides to do. We don't really have control over that. So I guess anywhere between $3 to $12, or also let's for disclaimer, it could also be zero. That's always an option. Again, know your risks and know your risk tolerance. And I think it's always said like don't invest more than you're willing to lose. That should be if you're worried about losing what you have in crypto, then you probably invested more than what you were willing to lose.
Agreed. Agreed. So for the first time in history, we just got true ADA, TA on the screen from Hosky. That's Hosky TA right there. That's Hosky technical analysis right there.
So and because it's Hosky TA, you should totally disregard it and
Yeah.
do your own research.
Yeah, this is definitely not financial advice. And just to echo what you said at the beginning, in most videos, I try to always say I have no idea what's going to happen. This is
Right.
really a visualization tool. That's why I do my videos. It's a visualization tool so that I can like consistently remind myself, hey, we could go to zero. Am I prepared for that with my
Yep.
current like exposure? That's why I do technical analysis. I don't like to
Mm-hmm.
predict what's going to happen yet or next, but it really is what makes it fun is kind of the foundation to what we're talking about is we've been really tracking what Cardano is doing, right? Like the fundamentals of the technology. And it's been really cool that the roadmap is it's really like they're hitting their milestones, right? As we go through the eras.
Yep, it's
So
happening.
it's
And
happening. Yeah.
again, it's more than just the white paper. It's more than just the whiteboard video. It's actual steps that are being actively taken. We're going into the governance era now, and it's challenging, but it's also quite encouraging to see that we're giving it a go. We're trying. We're taking another step in the solving uh, the issues of fintech 2.0.
Yeah. So true. So true. So I wanted to kind of end with discussing or asking just a question for you. Um, I think I think I know the answer to this question for me, but what's your favorite thing about Cardano?
My favorite thing about Cardano is going to be the community. I
Me
think
too.
the Cardano community is very diverse. There are different people with different backgrounds from many different places, and everybody has a voice. And I think that's the biggest thing that I love about Cardano is the community. It's not always pretty. We don't always get along. We've had a history,
Yep.
and it's just the thing that sets Cardano apart is the community is genuine. It's real. Even if we're called bots, there's thousands of people that I've gotten to meet over the years, and that's the people that have made me love Cardano even more. Is we all share one thing in common, and that is that we want a future that is decentralized. We want a future that we are sovereign over our finances, and I think that's what brings the Cardano community together. Despite all the disagreements, despite all the pettiness, all the tribalism that can, be present, the end goal is usually the same: is we want to change the world.
What an awesome answer. And it's actually and I don't think I told you I was going to ask that, but that's the same answer for me as community. I've learned so much from a personal perspective as a person, I've learned so much from a technical perspective. I learned so much like in so many different perspectives and just had a lot of fun through the process of covering Cardano because of the community and gotten
Mhm.
to know so many cool people like you, dude. We've become friends. And like you said, we have a history, right? Of just kind of butting heads at one point without true context and learning just from a personal perspective, how to just connect with other people when we're in this new world of just crypto and online and all that. So Cardano
Right.
has so many cool things about it. And community really is at like the forefront of all of those things, I would say.
It is, and I think as long as the focus is there, the focus for Hosky in this case is to grow the Cardano community, bring people in, educate them, so that they can make the right decision, a decision they make themselves. I think that's an important thing for a lot of people to consider is let's onboard the world, but let's also educate them as we onboard them so that they can become community members.
Absolutely. Cool. Well, let me ask you, as we end this, is there any other final words that you would like to add to the community, to people watching out there?
As always, stake your ADA, get it off an exchange into your own custody, and stake it with a stake pool operator to decentralize Cardano.
Cool. Good stuff, Hosky. Thanks so much. This won't be the last time you're on the channel. And looking forward to having
Perfect.
you again, my friend. So thanks for coming.
Yep.
And everybody out there, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe and like. I'll see you in the next one. God bless.